All right, welcome back to Steve's Vintage Model Builds. It's Steve here again, and where I am, it's a rainy Monday. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Anyways, I'm not down. I'm up. I'm feeling great. It's going to rain all week, but that's okay. The trees and rivers and fish and birds, everybody in the world loves it. So, lots of water. That's good. That's the way it should be in a rainforest. Ha! Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a couple videos that I'll be releasing over the week. But I wanted to start off with just a little kit review here. So I got this from a company. Well, I ordered it off Amazon. But it's a company called Premium Hobbies. There you go. And they're a UK company, fairly new company, just established in 2018. And I think they're located in Somerset. Anyways, their website says they're now the UK distributor for Infini model, and they also stock lots of paints, weathering materials, all sorts of modeling supplies, as well as model kits from other companies as well. So, not to be confused with PM Hobbies, which is one of Phil Flory's ventures. I don't think there was any real intention to, get close to that, but in any case, the two are different. So this was a 172 scale kit, A6M5c 0 Fighter. And $13 plus tax. Okay, so I think it was $14.50 altogether Canadian. So let's take a look. This is nice box art. There is a signature, so it was hand painted by someone. And it gives you three paint schemes. Shows you the three paint schemes there. And here it shows you, get the right. Still can't see. There we go. See if we can get rid of some of that glare. And then here you've got the paints you're going to need. I think they, let's take a look and see. Okay, it gives you Humbrol, both enamel and acrylic colors and codes, GSI Creos, Mr. Color, Hobby Color, also Life Color, testers, both enamel and acrylic, Revell enamel and acrylic, Vallejo Model Color and Model Air, and AK Interactive. So everything but Tamiya paints. Okay, so yeah, that's all. It's pretty basic box. It arrived safely. There's a little crease here where it got dented, which is unfortunate. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Set this aside. Okay, you know what I'm going to do now. Okay. History! Yay! History lesson. There will not be a quiz at the end of the class. So most people, especially modelers, are very aware of the Mitsubishi Zero, officially classified as the A6M and variants. Considered a Type 0 carrier fighter, from the last digit of the imperial year 2600, which is 1940, when it entered service. So it's called a Zero because it was the imperial Japanese year 2600, and so just Zero for short. And coincidentally, 1940 also ends in a zero. Pilots called it Zero-sen or Sentoke, which is Japanese for fighter plane. The Allied official code name was Zeke, as anybody who watched Black Sheep Squadron knows. And that was in keeping with the practice of giving male names to the fighters, female names to the bombers, and bird names to the gliders, and tree names to trainers. So, bit of trivia there. Zeke was part of the first batch of hillbilly code names assigned by Captain Frank T. McCoy. You know, the Hatfields and the McCoys of Nashville, Tennessee. And he was the one in charge of picking the radio code names for the various ones. And so rather than Zero, he preferred Zeke because it's a more hard syllabled word than Zero. Short, sweet, and that's it. When you say Zero, it just kind of goes off at the end. Zeke, that's it, you're done. So it first went into operation in 1940, 13th September, where it was engaged in Japanese aggressive raids against China. As many know, the Japanese, from 1938 until about 1943, fought in it. Well, there's no other better way to put it. They fought a brutal imperialistic war, and yeah, they did. They brutalized the Chinese. There's Nanking, Chongqing, all sorts of horrors that they perpetrated. But that's now all in the past. Maybe not for the Chinese, but in any case, that was their first use. They were way better than anything any of the Allies or other competing powers had as far as a fighter went. They had a great operational range. They were fast. They were maneuverable. They were well armed. And initially, when the war began, they had air superiority. They were shooting down Allied aircraft at a rate of 12 to 1. So the Zero also participated in the attack on Pearl Harbor. That was the A6M2. This is the A6M5c, and it's a much later version we'll talk about after. And so early on it developed a very fearsome reputation and was a difficult opponent even for the Spitfire. But as the war went on and training got better and armaments and aircraft got better on the Allied side, by about 1943, the Zero was getting outclassed by almost everything. And by 1944, they were by that time they were relegated to kamikaze operations and so forth. So the A6M5 is sometimes considered as the most effective variant of the Zero Model 52. And the Model 52 was developed to, again, shorten the wings, increase the speed, and dispense with the folding wing mechanism. So they wouldn't have to, there's obviously unique engineering stresses with folding wings. And also, if you can get the plane to take up less space and not have to take the time to deploy the wings, you can turn around a lot quicker or get going a lot quicker. So this one, the A6M5c, it had a 13.2 millimeter, that's about 50 caliber, a little more. Type 3 machine gun was added to each wing outboard of the cannon, and the 7.7 millimeter gun on the left side of the cowl was deleted. 4 racks of rockets or small bomb, 4 rockets or small bombs were installed outboard of the 13 millimeter gun in each wing. It had an engine change. Headrest and other plate armor for the cockpit was installed. The drop tank was dropped. The 300 liter drop tank, and was changed to a 4-post design. The wing skin was thickened further, and this first 5C variant was completed in September 1944. Now, because of everything that was added, including the armor and the thicker skin, the 5Cs were used mainly for intercepting B-29s that were flying, to bomb Japan or Japanese held territories. There were a few that were converted to fighter bombers by mounting a bomb rack and a single bomb in place of the centerline drop tank. But of course, that shortened the range. Okay, so let's take a look here and see. Get some more light on it. Not going to be too bright. No, okay. Alright, so we got the instruction booklet. We'll go through that last. There's one bag with all the sprues, including the clear. It's inside a bag, inside the bag, and it's been nicely heat sealed. For $14 shipped overseas for free, gee, it's hard to go wrong. So we've got clear plastic pieces here. Doesn't look like any options. Just the one kind. Here we've got the fuselage, the cowling, propeller, tail stabilizers, cockpit spinner, cockpit detail isn't great, but we can probably do something with it. Where is it there? There it is. There's some molding on it, so that's okay. And not sure if there's a decal or not. We'll figure that out after. Okay, so that's sprue number 1. Sprue number 2, upper wings, drop tank, rockets or bombs, whichever you want to call them. This would be the antenna, the guns. There we go. And you can see the detail there. There's some nice detail, all things considered. And we've got the lower wings here. Again, nice detail. The engine itself, the wheels, struts, wheel covers. Yeah, not bad. There's quite a lot of detail there up inside the wheel wells, and yeah. So not too shabby, as we say. Now we'll take a look at these decals. It says printed in Korea. I don't see decals for the cockpit control panel, but that's okay because they have enough definition to be easy to paint those in. Okay, so here we go. Everything's in black and white. And starts with the usual caution. Study the instructions. Check the fit before cementing. Don't use cement or paint near an open flame. We'll discuss that in another video that's coming up soon. Don't use too much cement. Open the window. Throw away the empty plastic bags so children can't get a hold of them, etc., etc. Okay, and they've got their legend here. This is cement parts, cut away, decal, make a hole, don't cement, optional parts, add weight, be careful, repeat number of times indicated, repeat for opposite side, use filler, and painting scheme number. And again, just on the side of the box, they've got all the different colors here from the different manufacturers. Okay. At the end, we've got a sprue map, which is always useful. And 8 steps of instructions. First step, as usual, the cockpit, fuselage, engine, cowling, wings, propeller, clear parts, and then you've got the landing gear in step 7 and the bomb load and drop tank, or whatever tank is there. Again, no color illustration, but it does give you 3 different schemes. First is 252nd Naval Air Squadron, March 1945, Mobara Base, Chiba Prefecture, so that would have been for home defense. Number 2 is Shenzhen Flying Group, 1945, and then the 302nd Flying Group, July 1945. So you've got painting and then decals, additional painting for each scheme. We got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Short and sweet. Not a complicated kit. Should be kind of fun. I'm impressed with the detail of the molding. Oh, and I should have mentioned as well the catalog number 128V like Victor. So it said the decals were made in Korea, or printed in Korea. I don't know if it says anything here. Sometimes no, it doesn't indicate at all. So oh, it does say here, made in Korea. So they've contracted this out to the Koreans. Might even be Academy, you never know. So that's kind of neat. Okay, so the verdict. I got to take half a point off for the crease, and there's also some scuffing here. And I'm not sure if that's part of the lift. I think it's part of the lithograph. It doesn't look like it's actually been scraped. So, yeah, so half a point for that, I'm afraid. But otherwise, everything inside was intact and everything was all right. You know, there were no bent or broken parts. Everything was attached to the sprues. So that's 2 points. And then 3 points for the parts. Nothing to complain about there. I saw no flash whatsoever. If there was any, it was just on the tiniest of parts, which you'd expect. So that's a 3. And the instructions, I'm going to knock off a 1/4 point because they're not in color. But you know, it's not a half point because for $14 and change, I'm not going to worry too much about it. And you do get nice box art. So okay, so that's 9.75, and I'm going to give it actually an extra 1/4 point bonus for the detail of the parts. So for a small 172 kit for the price, that's a 10. You get nice decals, gives you all the information you need. There was no historical notes, but again, I already took off for the, so 1/4 point off for the no color and so that's a total of a 1/4 point off for no history as well. Okay, so so that's a 10, and I think this is going to come up in a video I'm gonna make shortly. So keep an eye out for it. I've got quite a few kits accumulated here that have come down the river Amazon, and so I'm gonna do a video and ask for people's comments and do a poll on I'll present 3 or 4 of them, and my subscribers and viewers can vote on what you want me to build next. Yes. So that'll be coming up soon, so keep an eye out for it. As always, thanks to my subscribers, and I think we're up to 72 now, and all of the people who spend time with my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you find it informative and helpful. And so that'll be it. We'll see you next time, and once again, thanks for spending your time with Steve's Vintage Model Builds. Have a great day.